Earlier in this series, I talked about reading and conceptualization, the three-step reading process, and why step 3, building a mental picture, is the one that produces memory. Today, I want to take that further, because what I described in that video was level 2 reading. Good reading. Better than most students do by default, but not the ceiling. Level 3 is virtual reading, and it's what the highest performing students do, most of them without even realizing it. Virtual reading takes active conceptualization and elevates it into something more powerful. Where basic conceptualization builds images, virtual reading builds films. Where conceptualization engages the visual system, virtual reading engages all 3 of the brain's primary learning channels, visual, auditory, and kinesthetic, simultaneously. The result is a mental representation of text that is richer, more stable, and more retrievable than anything produced by simpler reading methods. It doesn't require more time. It requires a different and more complete use of the mind. Let me map out the 3 reading levels clearly. Level 1. Passive or decoding reading. The reader sees the words and sounds them out internally. No active construction happens. This is where most struggling readers are stuck. Retention, very low. Most content fades within hours. Level 2. Active conceptualization. The reader builds static mental images from the words. They understand meaning. They engage with the content. Retention, moderate to good. Images persist and can be retrieved. Level 3. Virtual reading. The reader builds a full multisensory mental film, moving, with sound, with emotion, and applies the understanding strategy to any unclear vocabulary as they go. Retention, near total. The film can be replayed. Detail, sequence, and causation are all retrievable. The progression from level 1 to level 3 is not about reading more carefully or more slowly. It's about what the mind is doing while the eyes move across the page. Level 3 does not require more clock time than level 1, but it produces a fundamentally different result. Virtual reading is built on 4 steps. The first is shared with all reading. The second, third, and fourth are what make it different. Step 1. See the words. Decode the text on the page. This is the same across all reading levels. It's necessary, but it's the beginning, not the outcome. Step 2. Build a video, not just an image. This is the upgrade from basic conceptualization. Instead of constructing a static image, you construct a flowing mental film, capturing movement, sequence, and cause and effect relationships. Basic conceptualization builds a picture. Virtual reading builds a moving scene, and that movement is what encodes temporal relationships and processes, the kind of content that exam questions most often target. Step 3. Add sound to the scene. Populate the mental film with relevant sounds, the crack of rock, the rumble of waves, the clatter of collapsing structures, the hum of an engine, the silence before an event. Sound engages the auditory memory system in service of the visual scene rather than in competition with it. The film becomes multisensory rather than silent, and multisensory memories are stored more durably. Step 4. Add strong emotion. This is the step that separates good retention from near total retention. Engage genuine emotional response as the film plays. The awe of scale, the tension of danger, the weight of consequence, the satisfaction of a solution. Emotional engagement is the signature of long-term memory. The stronger and more genuine the emotional response during encoding, the more reliably the memory can be retrieved, including under exam pressure. I want to address something directly. It might be tempting to treat the sound and emotion steps as enhancements. Nice to have, but not essential. They are not enhancements. They are the mechanism by which retention moves from moderate to near total. The brain's memory systems respond most strongly to experiences that are multisensory and emotionally significant. This is not a learning theory. It's neuroscience. Emotionally engaged memories are stored with a different, more durable encoding than neutral ones. The stronger the emotional engagement during encoding, the more reliably the memory can be retrieved, including under exam pressure, which is precisely the condition that degrades weaker memories. A silent film, visual with no sound, engages the visual memory system, but leaves the auditory system passive. A film with sound engages both, creating richer, more connected memory traces. A film with sound and genuine emotional engagement creates the kind of memory that persists. One of the most important features of virtual reading is what happens when a word in the text is not genuinely understood. In passive reading, unresolved confusion is carried forward. The reader doesn't notice or doesn't stop. In basic conceptualization, there's a gap in the image, easy to miss, easy to move past. In virtual reading, the gap is immediately visible and immediately addressed. When a word is undefined, the film can't be built at that point. The scene has a blank, and a blank in a film is conspicuous in a way that a blank in a vague impression is not.